Hi, my name's Tim. I'm one of the senior leaders here at Woodlands Church in Bristol. I suppose when I was a child, I went to church, and some things I really enjoyed, but actually I found it at times quite boring and a little bit irrelevant. The church that I lived in was quite traditional, and I thought it perhaps didn't have what people needed today, and some of the hymns that were sung and some of the way that the services went, I found quite boring. I thought my friends at school, they wouldn't want to come to a place like this, and I know that my faith is so much more than that. I know it's so much more exciting and so much more relevant, and I thought, do you know what, I could do a better job than this. I think, what if I could be a church leader? What if I could help shape what a church looked like and how it operated? So that's why I decided to become a church leader. The kind of church that I lead is a new church. It's an independent church, and so it hasn't got any kind of traditional historical backgrounds to it. So to become a church leader here, you don't need to go to Bible college, you don't need to be ordained. I suppose you just have to have a kind of lifestyle that is following the Bible, following Jesus, that people want to follow. Within the church, we have everybody joins in doing all kinds of things. And I suppose the Bible says that each person has a different gift to bring, and leadership is just one of those gifts. So I feel what I bring to the church in leading and setting the example is just one of those things. So I'll give the church a bit of direction, I'll try and inspire them as to how we should be living, I'll try and teach and organise and plan, and that's my contribution, my role within church. People often see what I do on a Sunday, but don't maybe know what I do on a Monday. So here's what I did this week. First thing, I met with my colleagues. We reviewed the week, we had a chance to pray together and to plan. Following that, I had to go to one of our church buildings where there's some maintenance work that needs to be done. I then met with a local GP who's a Christian, and we just talked about some difficult issues within family life and how God can make a difference. I then went and met with some other church leaders, and we talked about a strategy for how can we see the city of Bristol changed with the good news of Jesus. I then travelled the other side of town, and there's a group of people working on an urban priority area estate, and they're having a new little kind of expression of what church looks like, and I gave them some prayer and support. In the evening, about 40 men met together for curry, and we talked what it meant to be a man following Jesus wholeheartedly. I quite often think of myself more as a kingdom worker rather than a church worker. My role is not necessarily to see how the church works better, but how do we mobilise the church to see God's kingdom changing society. By that I mean that there's some good news to share. There's good news of people can get to know God for themselves, and I want to equip people to be able to share their faith more effectively. It's about bringing a peace that's not just a personal peace, but it's about a peace in society. It's about how can we bring around change in society. So that would mean things like a food bank. It means caring for the homeless. There'll be all kinds of things that happen during the week that will see peace change in society. And it's also joy. It's about how, with broken lives, where there's sadness and where there's pain, how can we be those that come to bring some hope, to bring some change, to bring some purpose to people's lives. And if I can equip and train and help people to do that in our world, actually the church can be a force for good, a force for change in society.